Hey everybody, it's Jo and I'm coming to you from a car. It's kind of tacky, but that's the kind of day it is, and I'm not going to miss a video. So I want to take a moment to share with you something I was thinking about yesterday. I had the great pleasure of meeting with a friend for coffee, and I was reminded of something that I think is really important. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, so maybe it's not a popular belief or opinion, but to me, it has made a great impact in my life, and that is having the opportunity to meet with and to talk to, or just even have conversations with people who have gone through similar experiences as you have, just to have a few moments of not feeling so alien. So I don't know if you feel this way, but even to this day, there are often times where I feel alien is really the only word I can think of to describe it walking around the world. Like, I'm dressing like a normal person and I'm doing my hair and attempting to put on makeup, though I'm still really not good at it. I've just tried like over the past year to start actually like putting a face together, but whatever. And you know, going and doing a normal job and having normal conversations and going to business meetings and like blah blah blah, and I can do it so much better than I could before. Like, things have gotten so much more stable and like normalized, which I'm incredibly grateful for. But oftentimes I feel like a fraud. I feel like an alien walking around, like I don't belong here. And I realize when I sit down with people who have gone through trauma like I have, who have had their lives severed in the same way that I have, and who are going through the same kind of processes and thought processes, and feel crazy sometimes like I do, that that I'm not alien, that I'm not crazy, that I'm just having a normal reaction to an abnormal experience, and this is part of the healing journey and part of life and part of getting to wherever it is that I'm going. And it is so refreshing. Like, I can't even put into words how refreshing it is to talk to someone and realize that you are not alone. To talk to someone and instead of having them like look at you kind of weird or be quiet when you share something that you've been thinking or feeling, to like laugh along with you and be like, oh my god, I totally thought the same thing, or to like cry with you, or whatever it is that you need in that moment, because they've been there too. And that's one of the reasons why I really believe in the power of community where it's possible. I know everyone does not have that. I know it's a gift that I have that in real life, and it's something I've really, really worked for, and has been very difficult for me to work towards, because it means taking down walls, and that sucks, and it's hard to do. It is really freaking hard to trust people, and to attempt to be vulnerable, but it is eventually worth it. It takes time. But even just not in real life too. Like, I shouldn't say real life, but even not face to face. Like, if you're watching this, you have the internet, which means that there are so many groups and so many people to talk to who have had similar experiences. No one has had the exact same experience you have, but so often the aftermath and the process of life after and healing looks similar. And if you find a Facebook group for survivors of fill in the blank, whatever kind of trauma you've gone through, or people living with PTSD or bipolar or mental illness in general, or depression or anxiety or whatever it is, you'll find that some of the things that you think that make you feel like you are losing your damn mind, you're not losing your mind. It's just how things work, and it's okay, and you're okay, and you just have to hold on, and you reach out for help when you need it, but you know, you're gonna make it. And so it is just such a gift and a breath of fresh air, I think is the best way I can describe it, to be able to talk to people who get it and not just are willing to listen. That's a whole different category of like grateful and awesome, but who actually have been there and understand, because like for that hour, I don't have to feel weird. For that hour, I don't have to explain anything. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to explain my reactions. I don't have to feel like a crazy person. I think that's one of the biggest things, is like the explanation part. That there's much less defense when it comes to talking to people who have gone through similar things and are in a healthy place. Let me put that caveat in there, and are in a healthy place to talk about it. Who aren't going to attack you or bring you down or damage you in any way, but who are also interested in engaging in conversation, or interested in listening back, interested in being there for you as you are for them. It's just, if you don't have that, if you haven't engaged with people either in real life who you could, if you haven't looked for groups in your area, if you haven't even reached out to groups online or anything like that, I can't encourage you enough. If you ever feel alien or weird or crazy or abnormal or anything like that, like I do, reach out, because you'll find that you are so not alone. So many people have gone through crap. The more I live, the more I learn that the trauma that I have gone through, I mean, it's unique to me in my life, but it's not unique. So many people have gone through similar things, and trauma in general has been experienced by so many humans, which breaks my heart, but also makes me realize even more I'm really not alone, and you're not alone either. And people deal with it in different ways. People do not always deal with it in healthy ways. People are not always interested in getting better or finding healthier ways to deal or cope with life or whatever it is. But you're not alone. There's so many people on this journey, and so you're not a weirdo, you're not crazy, you're not abnormal, you're not alien, and we're all going to be okay. If that's what we're aiming for, you just have to keep holding on, and I promise you that there's hope out there. And I was just thinking yesterday that, like, God, it was so good to take an hour out of my day to meet with someone and just talk, where I didn't have to pretend to be anything else than myself. I could just, like, be me and say things that weren't filtered, and say things that I didn't have to, like, try to explain anything. I could just be, you know? So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say, that if you don't have, or you haven't tried to find any kind of community like that, whether online or offline, I would really encourage you to do it, because it has been such a gift to me and such a breath of fresh air. It has been a lifesaver in many situations and cases. So community is really hard. Community requires trust. Community has been a painful thing for me, but it's worth it. I'm Jo Beckwith, this is Trauma Talk. I'm coming to you from my car. Again, I apologize. I really don't like not filming, and, like, I guess it doesn't really matter that much though. I'm still just talking to a camera anyways, and talking to you guys. I appreciate you listening as always. Like I said, this is Trauma Talk. I am really excited. I have an announcement that the next book giveaway is going to be announced in the next video as far as the details for entering. Thank you to my amazing sponsors on Patreon. You know who you are, and I so appreciate what you're doing. We will be having a book giveaway every month now until further notice, hopefully forever. And I'll be announcing what book that is, and also how to enter in the next video, so make sure you see that one. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss that video, and I will see you then. Please take care of yourselves until then. Bye, guys.